Okay, so I just have some thoughts that I would like to get off my chest. And they're about reality TV. Not about the whole general topic, but about one show in particular. Now, before I started getting into like reality TV, I was always like, oh my goodness, reality TV is so dumb, it's so dumb, blah 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 blah. Well, my mom was really into it, and she liked it when I watched TV with her. So, it started slowly becoming a thing for me. So it went from me just casually walking by the television and looking at flip bits of drama and being like, oh my goodness, what is happening, to me sitting down next to her watching 4 or 5 minutes, like, wow, to me watching a whole episode with her and being like, wow, what happens next? And it kind of went from there. So I am not a huge reality TV fanatic, but I do watch a few shows that other people would find dumb. And because of that reason, well, I don't really have anybody else to talk about it with because nobody else watches it. So I'm going to talk about my thoughts now. So one of the things that I just really need to talk about is this Basketball Wives LA season finale. It was great. It was great, and let me say why. I'm actually watching the repeat right now. I don't know why I'm waiting for Bad Girls Club to come on, and that'll be another video. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think maybe I should just make videos about how I feel about certain things, because nobody in my life really cares to hear about them. So I know somebody out there will relate to it, because people watch it. I mean, like, if you go on Twitter, you see the tweets. People discuss it on social media. People discuss it, like, because if people weren't watching it, it wouldn't be on the air. Anyway, so for those of you who don't watch Basketball Wives LA, and mind you, I never watched Basketball Wives Miami. I only watch Basketball Wives LA, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, which I think is over. And I watched some of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, some of it. And I watched BGC. And yeah, those are like my big reality sets. I don't really watch anything else. Yeah, I don't really watch anything else. So for those of you who don't watch Basketball Wives LA, it centers around these women who are either wives of basketball players or have dated basketball players, or I think they have a baby by them. I don't know. I mean, you probably got what it's about from the name. Probably didn't have to explain it, but I decided to. Anyway, so the only reason why people even watch these shows is because it's so much drama. And me personally, my life is very boring. So watching drama on TV is fun for me. It's entertaining. I mean, I don't really think anybody would watch it if it wasn't entertaining. Like, it's just a whole bunch of unnecessary drama. Like, is the show necessary? No. Is it making moves in the world? No. It's just very entertaining. It's just like a magic show. Like, you don't go see a magician to have a breakthrough with life. You go for the entertainment of it. And I feel like that's exactly how some reality TV shows are. It's just entertaining. Oh, it came back on. So basically, the season finale just really rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like it, and let me tell you why. Okay, so before the season finale, I had no idea that Shawnee was an executive producer. I didn't know that. I didn't know she was an executive producer. So when I found that out, I was like, why is she in the show? That don't make no sense. So the show is known for being filled with drama. The girls talk about each other all the time. They're clicked up. you know, stuff like that. So it's just like, if you're gonna put yourself in that kind of situation, don't expect for it not to come on you. Like, you, what? Why would you put yourself in that situation? So anyway, the season finale. Basically, what happened is Shawnee and her friend Tammy took a trip to Puerto Rico with the four younger girls of the group. Okay, there's 3 older women: Jackie, Shawnee, and Tammy. And then there's 3 other girls: Malaysia, Brandy, Megan, and Angel. So one day on the beach, Megan and Angel got into an altercation, which I thought wasn't really necessary. I felt like it was just one of those things where Megan she didn't like Angel, and she was having a discussion with Tammy about something, and Tammy was kind of like getting in her butt about it a little bit, and then Angel just chimes in a little bit. Tammy basically was like, well, if you something, I don't remember what it was. She was basically like, okay, I'm just gonna make up something. Well, if you don't like crackers, why would you eat a cracker? And Megan was trying to explain or whatever, and Angel was like, exactly. And Megan goes like, who are you talking to? It was real extra. She didn't need to do all that. So she goes over and basically tries to fight Angel. Then Angel was like, girl, she was calling Angel a fat, blah, 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 blah. Angel was like, girl, that's why you always having abortions, blah, blah, blah. So then Megan got real mad. Escalated. Angel walked away. The girls held Megan back because apparently she was about to fight her. And so Angel went home. So Shawnee was talking to Tammy after this happened, a little bit after. It had just cooled down. Angel had just left, and Shawnee was like, wow, a fight where you're not in it. I'm proud of you. And they were laughing or whatever. So then Brandy overhears them laughing, but she thinks that they're laughing about the situation. She goes over, she's like, why are y'all laughing? It's not funny, blah, 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 blah. Shawnee and Tammy get really mad because during the whole trip and during basically the whole season since Shawnee came back, Shawnee really felt that the girls are too sensitive. Blah, 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 blah. I kind of get where she's coming from. The girls can be very sensitive about certain things. I get it. Tammy is also very much an instigator. And I also just feel like, even though Shawnee, that I now know, is a producer, it's her show, I mean, I just feel like if you know these girls, and they're younger than them, if you know these girls are so much younger than you, and they're fighting about immature stuff that you think is immature, then why would you hang out with them? That don't make no type of sense to me. So then, anyway, so then what happened? Okay, so basically the season ended with, because Brandy was really getting mad about the fact that Shawnee and Tammy were always judging the other girls. They were really mad about that, and so they had a dinner together, and at the dinner they were trying, because this was their last night in Puerto Rico, so they were really trying to hash out all of their problems. And so Brandy was basically trying to tell Shawnee in a respectful way. It started off very respectful. She was basically just like, I feel like you're always judging us, blah, 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 blah. Shawnee kind of got annoyed with it. She was like, I'm not judging you if someone was judging you, blah, 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 blah. This, and that. It escalated when Brandy said, well, you're always talking about how we're childish. Shawnee was like, did I ever say that you were childish? Brandy was like, yes. When did I say you're childish? Well, you didn't say it, but... And then Shawnee was like, yeah, I didn't say you were childish. I said the things that you all fussed about and some of your actions were childish. So Brandy was like, okay, I get that, but don't you see how that's kind of the same thing? She was like, no, I didn't, blah, blah. So it kind of escalated from that. Then they started getting really heated. And then, I'm explaining this very wrong, But basically, Brandy was like, I just really get tired of you guys judging us and looking down on us, and I just feel like if you don't like us that much, then why do you hang around us? And Shawnee was like, well, to be perfectly honest, Brandy, I brought you to this group. And I was like, oh snap. And Brandy was like, okay, I understand. She was like, this is my group. Brandy was like, I understand that it's your group, but if you don't like being around it, why are you around it? Which is true. Like, you can just profit off of what they do. Like, you don't gotta be in the drama. And so Brandy just got really, really mad because Shawnee was kind of getting really defensive about it. And when Brandy gets mad, she just starts saying a bunch of stuff. And she was like, well, you're acting like a... And Shawnee was like, oh. Everybody got really quiet. And Shawnee was like, look. So first, Shawnee called her the B word first. Now, if you want to take the argument the way that Shawnee was putting it before, where she said, I didn't call you childish, I said the way you're acting is childish. Brandy basically did the same thing. She didn't call her the B word, she just said she was acting like the B word, which, I mean, hey, if you're using the same argument. But Shawnee took offense to that. She called her a B word. She said, look. And after that, Shawnee was they were talking over each other, arguing over each other, and was like, I'm just tired of you doing all this. You are a... And then everything got silent. And basically, Shawnee fired her from the show on camera for calling her that. And I mean, I get what people are saying, like, how could you expect to keep your job? You just called your boss up. But it's kind of just like Shawnee called her at first. Like, are people forgetting that? I think people are forgetting that. Like, Shawnee called her that first. Like, if you roll the clip back, you can clearly see that Shawnee called her the B word first. I don't know. I just feel like people are forgetting that part. But, also, I just really am on Brandy's side only because I understand. Because, like, Shawnee and Tammy were always talking about them. Like, the whole time. They're talking about how childish and stuff they were. And I kind of side with her. I'm just like, if you don't want to be around it, then why would you, if you're the boss, why are you putting yourself into that environment? Like, you're the boss, you're making a check either way. Why are you on the show? That doesn't make any sense to me. So people are like, well, how could you expect to keep your job if you called your boss a B? And it's just like, okay, but that's the show. Like, they do that all the time with each other. If you ask me, it was really inappropriate for her to fire her on camera. That was, to me, unprofessional. And it was unprofessional of Shawnee to call her the B word first. She did call her that first. I don't know. And then on the reunion, apparently, she was like, well, who's to say who really will be back? I don't know. It's a whole bunch of whatever. But that's how I felt about it. Kind of cray. If you watch it, let me know what you think. Yeah. I kind of feel a lot better now that I said all of that. I don't know. I'll probably keep doing these, even though probably nobody will watch them. But I just want to get my opinion out there. Just so it's out there. Alright, bye. Zajintoros.